I don't know. What would you take? I'll think about it.
I have been asked this question before, and I can't remember where I heard it, but I thought, oh, well, that's an awesome idea, so I'm going to do that. And it's obviously, I don't know if you know which time you're going back to, but I guess if you bring a history book with you, you could predict what's going to happen, and you'd be seen as like a prophet or a
sports
god.
almanac.
Yeah.
From Back to the Future.
You could just see everything that was going to happen. You could just be like, oh, this is going to happen then, blah, 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 and then it would happen, and it'd be like,
and you'd be like a wizard.
It would be.
So you'd kind of be like what people are thinking the Mayans are.
Yeah.
You know what I would take?
Wow, that.
You know what I would take?
Bust.
A ballpoint pen back to the Middle Ages.
That would freak them out.
Exactly. It's a ballpoint pen. So simple to us. I would be seen as a mighty wizard, right? And I could conquer kingdoms purely by showing them this ballpoint pen. But then, when it ran out of ink, the whole kingdom would crumble, and I could just take the light in my worldwide empire crumbling around me.
I don't know.
And it would come near me because I have the ballpoint pen.
Wait, hold on.
I don't know if this would actually be what I was.
This is along the whole point of the ballpoint pen, so we can go back onto this.
Okay.
Did you ever have the teacher? We say his name. Mahogany.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, teacher. Did you ever have
Mr. Milton? He's a prick. You're a prick, Mr. Milton. If you listen to this,
do you ever?
You smell as well. You should probably shower.
He was a good teacher.
He was a knob,
but he was a good teacher.
Yeah. He gave me in trouble for kicking my own bag.
Whatever.
He's like, your mum paid good money for that. I was like, actually, I paid for it myself.
And I answered yes to a
A.
question, and I
was
actually
a
had to
good
put my hand up to say yes.
Like, he told this story about, I don't know if you'd heard this story before, about basically when the astronauts went up to the space station, the American astronauts first went up to the space station.
NASA invested millions of dollars.
They took the pen up and they realised, oh, the pen's not working because the ink's just floating around, and they invested millions and millions of dollars into using it, to inventing this anti-gravity pen so they could use it in space.
And the Russians
used a pencil.
A pencil, yeah.
A pencil.
That's just America.
Throw money at it until it works. America! Yeah. No.
Anyway, my one... Just because I saw it in dark shadows, I just thought it was quite funny. Like, just taking a TV.
It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't show them anything.
No, you wouldn't have...
There's no signal.
No, there's no
power.
But if there was...
There was a lot of people saying this, I'd take back a lighter. What would you do?
You could take an iPhone and it would work until it ran out of battery, but it's an iPhone.
So it would amaze them until it ran out of battery.
A smart TV.
And then they'd murder you for being a witch.
Exactly.
But I think it'd just be... Or take a person from back then into our days and just show them this shit.
That's why technology...
That would scare them.
Yeah, they would.
That's why, you know that thing, if you could have a meal with one historic figure, who would it be? Literally nobody. Because one, they won't want to speak to me about things that they've done. Right? So I won't have the food I give them, they won't have a fucking clue what it is.
Yeah.
So
you didn't get mince and tatties back then.
They won't be used to the taste. And honestly, if you were sitting in here with Abraham Lincoln, eating your dinner, he'd shit himself. Because look at that. Look at that. None of these things were here when he was here.
That's the thing. It's not really an exciting question, as in the fact, like, if you could have a meal with someone from the future, would you do it? You would. But would you have a meal with a historical figure from the past? You're not really getting anything out of that. They're the ones that are not going to shut up asking you questions. You're the interesting one in that conversation.
Yeah, it'd be like, someone your age, what are these you're wearing? Shorts.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Right.
Okay.
It's not that interesting. That's literally all there is to say about it.
What's that?
Although I would like to have a meal with
it. Okay. It's black at the moment. It does things when it's on.
And to us, that seems really mundane.
Yeah. But then they'd be like, what?
I think Abe would be quite a cool guy just to have a meal with.
I would just say, listen, don't go to that theatre. Don't get shot in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
What theatre?
Because I'd like to see what America would have been like if Abraham Lincoln had managed to finish his term.
Yeah. I've read up quite a lot of Abraham. I quite liked a lot of the stuff that he was.
Yeah, I like the fact he rid the country of vampires.
That was really cool. The fact that he did all that stuff and then on top of that was a vampire hunter was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Freed the slaves, killed
vampires.
Yeah.
And however, watch Hank Green's Crash Course. He didn't really free the slaves. He passed the legislation, but it took years and years. And also, the South didn't really give a shit. They just did what they wanted.
Shouts out to Crash Course, which is awesome.
Hank and John Green, you are like legends to us.
I am really... There's another thing that really annoys me. Like, I don't know why it annoys me, but a lot of girls on Twitter and Tumblr...
Is this using the Marilyn Monroe quote?
No, there's that as well. But obsessing over... Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, John Green book.
And it's like, oh, I love John Green, blah blah blah. And it's like, you don't really know anything. Like, they wouldn't be interested in anything that he is interested in. They wouldn't do you think they've watched
I want to read
Crash
books,
Course and all that kind of stuff?
A lot of them do. They've got a very loyal fan base. Them too. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to contact them about this podcast. See if we can get involved in their little community.
They got a community.
Yeah, Nerd Fight area.
Oh well, yeah, I know about that, but I didn't realise it was like a.
Yeah, they like help people and everything.
Pretty cute.
Cause that would be like he's cool. I like that you guys are listening to this mundane conversation that I'm having with Neil now, but we've been answering these questions. But today we're going to do a special segment, and it's called Ask Daniel. It's not going to be every week, and it's not going to be guaranteed at all. Actually, it's just whenever we find an interesting thing. Whenever we find an interesting thing that we can ask Daniel. And this isn't insulting Daniel, can we just say? Daniel isn't stupid.
He just sometimes has a lack
of sense. He's got funny reactions to things, and it's funny to listen and see what he says. Like, obviously you guys won't be able to see, which will make it funny, because we'll see what kind of facial expressions he's pulling. But he's not an idiot. He's just...
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to ask...
I'm just Daniel.
Yeah.
We're going to ask him,
see, he doesn't matter.
Complicated questions on topics... or riddles, things that would confuse him. But we got it from the Ricky Gervais show, because they
Shout out to Carl Pilkington.
Because they asked Carl Pilkington this.
Daniel's not quite Carl Pilkington's level. Let's just put that there.
He's not like that. It just seemed like a fun thing to ask and to see if he'd be able to figure it out. Like, I'm not 100% sure if I
don't even remember what the answer is either.
Where did I get the answer for it? I understand the answer.
Yeah.
But I can't remember how to word it. Right, Daniel, right?
You're listening.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this. Right. There are two doors, okay? One leads to heaven, and the other door leads to hell. There are two doorkeepers outside each door. One always tells lies, and the other one always tells the truth. You can only ask one question. What question do you ask to let you know which door leads to heaven, and which is presumably you want to go to heaven?
And the doorkeepers are identical, by the way.
They're identical. You can only ask one question. One always tells the truth, and the other one always lies.
I'm actually going to think about it. I can't remember the answer.
Think about it. I've got the answer.
Daniel here is wriggling about on the sofa.
He's
perplexed.
You can shoot out some random questions. Like, obviously, you can get them wrong, but I'm just saying you try and come up with it one.
Yeah.
You can maybe think what would you ask them? Also, you're not allowed to
say me and Neil are the guard keepers.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
We're the door guards.
The whole thing, you can't bring anything with you, so it's not like you hold up a cat and be like, "Is this a dog?" And then one would be like, "Yeah."
One of us is always gonna lie, and one of us is always gonna tell the truth. Me and Neil will now decide between ourselves which one will do which.
I was gonna go with that.
Okay, so do I know if one of them's actually the door to heaven? Well, I know that now.
Well, no, yeah, you know that one of them leads to heaven and one of them leads to hell.
Yeah, but I don't know which door is which.
Which door is which, and you have to try and figure it out. You can only ask one question.
Well, I would ask, is this the door to heaven? And if the guy that tells lies, he'll say no. Or no, he'll say yes.
So they'll both say yes.
It's not going to work.
So you ask that question. Ask the question.
Okay.
So, is this the door to heaven?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the door to heaven.
This is really the door to heaven.
He might not have a good poker face. So.
No,
they're identical. It's not like that.
He's literally going along the same formula. It's weird. Oh, What have you done? Oh my god. Yeah, you can't add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which answer?
No, it's that one. Top one.
Sorry. Just continue. I'm just figuring out what the answer is, so I know when you actually ask it.
Oh, I don't even think of
Ask
it. It's hard to think of it.
It is a hard one to think
yeah,
about.
it is a really hard one.
Do you got any other
Ah,
ideas?
no,
or
it's like
is
even
this
like
one
even if you
one?
ask this, even if you ask the guy,
There's
is this the
probably
doorway to heaven? Then you're both going to say yes anyway as well.
Yeah. I ask if it's the door to hell. We're both.
But it's
gonna
not
say no.
always. It's not going to be a yes or no question.
Yeah.
It can be.
It can be other other things. It's not yes or no. You can ask other questions, but like a whole don't assume prior knowledge. Like I said, you can't ask, is this a dog? And it's like cat.
Yeah.
Then obviously one's going to say yes, one's going to say no, and then you know.
You couldn't even say, is this the devil's lair?
Because then
Sure.
one would say,
No.
he'd say no. No, it's not.
Oh my god. So difficult. Because
Do you
every
want us to-
question I
do you
think
want us
of
to
is
say
going to be
no?
a yes or no.
Because it
Yeah,
is a
it's-
difficult
Right,
one.
well,
It's,
let's just say you are the guards, and
yeah.
I'll come up and say to both of you, just a question: which door will the other one tell me to take?
And that's how you figure it out.
So the lying one would say, "Oh yeah, he'll tell."
He would say it's heaven, and the other one would also say
No. The other one would know he would say heaven, so he'd lie and say hell.
Yeah, and then
So
you choose
the one
that
who
other one
tells
says.
the truth would say, "Oh, he'd say hell." So you the other one.
Yeah.
That's
That
the thing.
explains them.
Okay.
When
There's
you,
another
even
one
when
which
you
is
explain the answer, a lot
it's
of people
confusing.
don't get it.
It
It's
is weird.
confusing.
Yeah.
there's another one which is like you go up and you say, "Is God good?" And the lying guard would say, "Oh no," because the answer is meant to be yes. So he'd say no.
That doesn't
The other one
work.
would say
That
yes.
doesn't work.
Yeah, it does.
Because is God good? Yes, but not in the eyes of the devil.
Doesn't
The
matter.
guy that the thing leads the door to hell would say
Yeah. I
he
guess
would lie. He would lie.
it's a weird riddle though. I like riddles. I like Gollum's riddle. I always use it on
Yeah.
people, and
Yeah.
people are like, "What?"
Which one?
Just
Like has a few, but
oh crap! What has roots but never grows?
oh no.
Oh, I can't even remember, but the answer is mountain.
Well, there's roots but never grows something. I can't remember what that is.
I will find it.
You're gonna
now.
Google it. There was also the 40 white horses
Oh yeah.
on a red hill or something. Like
Yeah, no, I will tell them.
The
Keith the Gollum riddle.
the riddles in The Hobbit were actually really good.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah.
What's
Was that cool
what's in
scene?
my pocket? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees, up it goes, and it never grows.
A mountain.
Yeah,
Mountains do grow. though, so
30 white
fuck
horses
you,
on a red
Gollum.
hill. First they champ, then they stamp, and they stand still. Teeth. And then Gollum's second one is, voiceless it cries. Actually, I will just tell these to you and see if you can get it, okay?
You know what it is.
Voiceless it cries, wingless flutters, toothless bites, mouthless mutters.
Time.
No.
Well, that was another one. That was... Okay, I've forgotten. what
Voiceless it
was.
cries, wingless flutters, toothless it bites, and mouthless it mutters.
So Gollum would be eating me right now.
Yeah.
It's the wind.
Ah.
I don't think they use that one in the movie.
What was the time one?
I'll get there. Oh, this is a really good one. I told this to my dad and it took him 45 minutes to work out.
We do not have time.
I know. It cannot be seen, cannot be felt, cannot be heard, cannot be smelt. It lies behind stars and under the hills, and empty holes it fills. It comes first and follows after, ends life and kills laughter.
I do not know.
No.
The darkness.
Darkness.
Oh yeah.
And then
I saw it 3 times in the cinema.
they didn't use all these. These are all the ones
Oh,
from
is
the
this
movie.
all?
No, the ones
Ah,
from
right,
the
okay.
Bilbo's, remember Bilbo's one? A box without hinges, keys or lids, yet inside golden treasure is hid.
I've seen the film.
That's the one where Gollum is literally, he's like,
Yeah, like flipping
fishes!
I remember the first.
An egg!
I remember the first riddle I ever got told, and I remember going around telling heaps and heaps of people, and they're all like, "What?" It was like, there once was a boy who was walking along. He was on a journey. I can't remember it 100%, and he came to a rickety bridge. How many R's in that?
It's not even a riddle.
rickety bridge. How many R's? There's 5.
How many R's in that? There are 0 R's in that.
Ha
Ha
ha! This is a time
God
one.
damn it.
This
That's
is
like spell it.
It is. Spell it.
This is a time one. This thing all things devours. Birds, beasts, trees, flowers, gnaws irons, bites steel, grinds hard stones to meal, slays kings, ruins towns, and beats high mountains all the way down. Time. Gollum, you scary man. Thing. Creature. Cretin.
Well, I think
Halfling.
that's us now.
That's us for this week.
This week, yep.
Hope you enjoyed it. Next week we'll be back. Probably got more people next week, and I think
What are we talking about next?
next week we are speaking about one of the topics we'll speak about is what we read and how we read it in terms of
What were you meaning
how
by that?
things are changing from having print copies of anything onto being digitally read,
Right, yeah.
and people's opinions, and people can speak about how they personally do it. But we'll get to that next week. So for the first week of the ChatterBox, I've been Andrew Sim, and you can follow me at Twitter at Mr. Symington.
Oh, we're doing that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. I am Neil Patterson, and you can follow me on Twitter. And I don't know.
I think you're Sir
username.
Neil.
Sir Neil
Neil with an underscore.
With an underscore. Capital S, capital N, underscore
Yeah.
at the end of it. People got it.
And I'm Daniel Christie. You can follow me at Twitter at DMChristie24.
And you can follow us all at ChatterBox PDCST, because we couldn't fit podcast.
It's on the in the description.
It's in the description. Please join us next week. And thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Any questions you want to send us to answer, send that to the email in the description box or the Twitter page. And we'll catch you next week.
Right.
Thanks for listening.